prophecy of John beheaded. John the prophet was a prophetic foreshadow of the church of the end times. If you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you will understand these words. John was in Jerusalem, and the king of Jerusalem was breaking the law of God. And John was speaking out against the breaking of the laws of God, and it brought John into prison, and the king had him beheaded. And this is seen in the book of Luke. In Luke chapter 3, verse 18 through 20, it says, And many other things in his exhortation preached he unto the people. But Herod the Tetrarch, being reproved by him for Herodias, his brother Philip's wife, and for all the evils which Herod had done, added yet this above all, that he shut up John in prison. And what was John preaching? John was preaching the law. John was preaching the commandments. He's preaching that they're breaking the commandments. We see this in the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verse 6 through 11. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. As she, being before instructed of her mother, said, Give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. And the king was sorry, nevertheless for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison. And his head was brought in a charger and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. So we see John was beheaded. And the fornications and adultery that was occurring during John the Baptist's time, where he's preaching against adultery, breaking of the commandment with Herod, brought his imprisonment and the beheading. And we see that adulterous woman in Jerusalem with her king, the king, prophetic king of Babylon, the Antichrist, doing the same thing, breaking the commandments of God, rising up an idol, and worshiping the image of the beast. In the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 1 through 2, it says, And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with her wine of her fornication. Yes, the wine of her fornication, her song and her dance, that she seduces the king. And what is this wine that is drunk? It's the blood. It's the blood of God's people. She's drunk with the wine, dancing, seducing with her fornications to the king of Babylon, the Antichrist. Revelation chapter 17, verse 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Yes, it's Jerusalem. And Jerusalem in its image of the beast, the reason why people are being killed. In Revelation chapter 13, it explains this. Verse 15 says, And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And here it is, those who are beheaded for not worshiping the image of the beast, for not breaking the commandments. Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus and for the word of God, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. But what about John? John was put in prison, right? And beheaded, wasn't he? What does it say in Revelation chapter 2? In verse 10 it says, Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Yes, some will be beheaded. Why? Because they speak against the idolatry, against the sin, the violations of the commandments of God in the same likeness. They refuse to worship the image of the beast, which is idolatry. They keep the commandments of God and have faith in Jesus. This is the woman which you see in Revelation 17. The woman that keeps the commandments of God and has the testimony of Jesus Christ. So it is John who bore witness of what the church would suffer in the latter times, where he told the king that they violated the commandments. And he was put in prison and beheaded. And this is what occurs in the last days. John is a prophetic foreshadow of the church. And if those who have eyes to see and ears to hear will understand these things, you will understand these words that I share with you today. The prophecy of beheaded John.